Today I've got to put on a piece of weather stripping, and the weather stripping is too long, so I have to cut it to fit the door. Gonna need a few tools for this job. Drill, something that's a right angle, some blue tape, utility knife, Phillips head screwdriver, and some kind of saw. Something for your knees, drop cloth, something to drill and cut against, and also safety glasses. Whichever one's going to be your outside edge, put this here, draw a line. You have to trim off that piece of rubber. This is the piece that's going to go on the outside of my door. In order to get the measurement, take this piece, which is going to be that outside corner. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to put it against this door, this edge of the door here. I can mark down there, and that'll give me a rough estimate of what this door is going to cut at. So you put a piece of tape on there and mark it. So I took my right angle on that mark, and I made a line. You're going to have an overhang where the door goes behind the stop, so you don't want your piece of weather stripping to go beyond there and pinch against that. So close the door and mark on both sides where that mark is. Take the factory end, or the end you haven't cut, and line it up with a piece of tape on the door side away from the hinge. Then we'll come down here, make a mark, and then we'll cut this piece off. Take a metal file and trim up that, take the sharp edge off of there. I've got it cut to the size I want. Now what we have to determine is whether or not when we open or close this door, whether or not this is going to bind as it goes in, depending on the level of the floor inside. If we end up coming too low with the piece of weather stripping, it can end up binding on the door, not just this way, but also this way. And that can put too much strain on this rubber piece, and it can end up causing it prematurely to fail. Now fortunately on this end the gap gets much wider, so the weather stripping shouldn't have any problems in terms of pinching. Down here, I'm not so sure. So we're going to have to play with that. That's why they give you these holes, which give you the opportunity to raise or lower. So try and get your drill hole somewhere right in the center of that. When I'm first putting this on, I only set 2 screws. One here, and I set one over here. Gives me the opportunity to adjust it without having to adjust all of the holes. Okay, so it's sitting down here nicely. You can see it's just starting to grab it, but it's popping free. Down at this end, it's a little high, so I'm going to lower it just a little on this end. See, it's just grabbing down there. Good all the way down. Now I can put the other screws in. Where I started out with 4 holes, now I only have 3. I'm going to put another hole over here. Anything that catches on here is just going to bend this right out. So I'm going to put another screw over here. My buddy coming to join me today. How you doing, baby?